Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night, and I'm back and ready to do some coding tonight, friends. Have our Friday night coding stream, as we do. Let me get the camera over here. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to pick up pretty much where we left off last time, which is wiring up the new application page here, and testing that it actually works. I mean, we kind of tested it once before, but I also need to get rid of some columns that we don't need anymore, and a few other things like that. So we'll be doing a couple things here and there, my friends. Hope everyone's been having a good week so far. Yeah, it's Code Monkey stream, Lord. It is a Code Monkey stream indeed. Yeah, I hope everyone's been having a good week so far, and you know, good start to your weekend, or you're ready to get started on the weekend, as it were. Let's get something a little more chill. What's the chill? How about chill EDM? What does that sound like? Chill pop, maybe? We'll give this a little roll and see how it is. It might be too sappy. We'll see. Anyway, friends. Yep, we're gonna pick up I mean, pretty much exactly where we left off, which is we have this page now where developers can come in and register their third-party app, and then select what permissions they need. So we got all this printing out. At least we don't have it wired up to where they can actually save, so that's what we're kind of have to do right now. Let's get this up here. So we've got the page. Everything's on the page that we need. And let me see, what do I want to do? So I want to get I can close some of these out right now, finally. I need the application's new page here. That's our scopes printing out, and then we have. So it's going to go to the add endpoints. There's your client model. Okay, here's your client model. So here we've got, we're establishing the model. It's good. It's not already there, which it would already be there if we had an error. So then, I guess we just put the add in. So I guess so scopes, I think, is the last one that we need to collect from. Yeah, because client settings and token settings are going away. So I think that's that. Client owner registry. Is there anything in here? No, it's just a linking table. All right. So the redirect URLs are 4,000 characters, I believe. Let me see what it says here. I describe the table. Actually, no, 1,000. 1,000 characters. Okay, so I did put a limit of 1,000 on there, right? Let's see here. Redirect your eyes. The required max length of 1,000. Okay. That's good. Those are good. And then the scopes coming in as the field selected scopes. Plant model. Okay. And then I need the applications new JS. Form submit, new application button, click on new application. Okay, so I've got that wired up already. New application button is not on here. Okay. So do div class row, I guess, and we'll do button class is button primary. ID is this. Type is this button. I don't want it to submit the form. I mean, it could submit the form, but I might need to do other things beyond just submit. I think that's why I put the JavaScript there, because I wasn't sure. I mean, it could be just the submit button, and we don't need the JavaScript. I guess since I don't have another reason, since I don't have a reason not to do that. At the moment, I could just get rid of the JS file. Was there anything else I was going to put on there? No. I don't think so. All right, let's go show this in Package Explorer here. Anything else I need there? And I don't think I do. I think we can get rid of that. I don't even have a reference to it here. this will be type commit. And ch text be, oops, that's an interesting, I don't even know what combination of buttons I hit to get that to come up. That was interesting. shortcut to commit. Let me see. Where's my messages at? Here it is. Button developer applications. New. Let's pretend that nothing's changing just for a moment. Even if it's wrong and we know it. I know it was only for the weekend. You can use that same one for here. Save that, and then what does that look like on page here? I'm not running the server right now, am I? Okay. Done right now. And clean the work directory. Mark that up. That didn't fully. This does this every freaking time to me. It pretends to actually compile and then doesn't actually compile. Very strange. It's every time that I start up for the first time too, and after that it's fine. Very weird. Very weird. It'll give me a problem. Okay. Applications. To new application. Oh, that's what I did. That JS was for this page, not for this one. Ew. That's what weird there. Store from local history. Bring that back from the dead. Okay. Applications new. But is this not applications? This is applications new. Why did I call it applications new JS? It really. Well, I guess it's still. I guess it technically is applications new. Although, wait, no, don't no, call it something else, don't I? No, it should be applications.html. I do, yeah, okay. That's why I was getting confused. All right, yeah. Same with the theme here. There we go. All right. Clean build again. And clean this out. Hey, Speed. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I will put that, kill that right there, and then start. Maybe. All right, good. Refresh. Okay, and then this should now work. It does. Ooh. That's the... I don't want that to take up that whole spot there. That's a rather big button. Let's do. I really need a. I need a. I may not need a class on here. Get rid of that, and rid of that. We'll save here. See what that. That's better. I think that button needed to be all the way across the bottom. Okay, so and that will submit, and then we'll go to applications add, which I need to now create. All right, let's do that. Over here, applications, okay. And request, then we're taking the registered client model. Binding result. Okay. So first of all, let's go. This is the post mapping. Applications add. And then this is a all attributes coming in. Finding result. All right. Have to validate it and stuff. First of all, right. I need to change it. I don't think I have to change the page title. This is going to be kind of just an intermediary that sends you either back or forward. All I really need to do is just validate this thing. Hey, Outlaw, welcome. Welcome, welcome. What do we got here? What do we have? It's pretty good. It's been pretty good so far. Just got started a few minutes ago. It was a little late getting started, but you know, sometimes I am with this. But yeah, so far so good. Streaming on Kick and streaming on Livespace as well. And of course YouTube's as always. And you know, just kind of chilling, doing some coding. This is kind of my partial like coding / chatting as well. You know what I mean? I could do a little bit of that. MySpace has a streaming service. No. MySpace Tom, he's gonna make a comeback. No, it's live space, LIVE. Oh, that would be great though. See MySpace Tom come back. Oh man, you know MySpace Tom is on a beach somewhere with just like beautiful women all around him. He cashed out right when he needed to. He's living the life we all strive for. So bring that in. I'm gonna do validation. So I did a validation on one of these other controllers. I kind of want to do it the same way for consistency's sake. Where did I do that? So probably the registration. Yeah, here it is. Use a registration model validator. So what did I do here? I went and I just called the registration validator validate, and then look to see if there's any errors. And then yeah, that's right. I have this thing that stuffs the errors back into the model, and then I can send them back to register new user. Okay, that's what I thought. And that's what I remembered. I just wanted to make sure I remembered what I thought. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay. And then the validator, I think the registration model. Target. Oh, okay. I didn't like make it a spring validator because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Still calling it. I just have it as a generic so that the target is automatically what I expect it to be. Okay. Okay. We're getting a bit boy bandish, I think, with the chill pop today on Pretzel Rocks. Might switch that over. Wait, I did developer model. I didn't do that over here though, did I? put everything in the thing. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put everything in the same thing. Let's move this. Factor move. And we'll move you back up here. I'll get rid of this package. Watch me as I hop the fence to make my pleading argument. You're not just scared, you're making sense. Believe me, it's a great defense. Shadows. Okay, so I have that. So then all I really need is another class, and we'll say X registered client model validator. Yeah, do that. And then wait, it wasn't it. Yeah, but I can't be. No, the extends is in there, yeah. There. Okay. A little bit better. And we got public. It was just a void, right? Or boolean. No, it's void. Validate the request, the target, and then errors. Okay. Go. Very good. I don't know if I need any collaborators for this. I think we're pretty good. Everything's kind of a constant. I mean, I should still check that the constants exist in the things, but. Let me see. So, we have. I need the model open here so I can see what I'm doing. Pull this down here. Right, it takes everything. They did this select scopes thing. Push the client Ojo. Not down here. So client IDs, secret expires at client name. So the first thing we have is client name that needs to be is required actually. So if utils is blank model that get client name. Here's that. Oh, here it is. Reject value. I knew there was a method on here somewhere. default message. Have I been giving default messages? No, I think I've just been doing that. So, okay, field. Stuff gives you a panic attack. It's, the best way I can describe it is it's very much like, believe it or not, like writing a novel, or I guess writing an essay paper, which I suppose could give you a panic attack just from school days. But it's like, in my case, it's writing an essay paper that has no due date, right? So I can write a little bit, see if it works. Doesn't work, rewrite it. So it kind of works a little bit better. You know, it's always about refining and writing as you go. You know, like the first draft you make is literally a first draft, and then you go back and you refine it a little bit more, and you refine it a little bit more. And the nice thing about computers is either it works or it doesn't. You know, it's either on or off. Either the stuff does what you expected, or it doesn't do what you expected. So you get your answer pretty quickly. And in this particular case, since I'm doing web-based stuff, like there is no oh my god, I just crashed the entire system kind of thing. If I was writing, you know, like device drivers or something like that, then there might be a little bit more nervousness. Like, do I blue screen of death my computer or not? This one, we don't have to worry about it, because it's all web. The worst I could do is crash the browser, which honestly a lot of browsers will crash on their own without any help from me. So there's that. Field. Okay, the field is client name, and then what was the error? I have a generic error, or did I give them like normal errors here? Oh, I did give them normal errors, didn't I? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So, where's my error messages properties down here? The annoying thing about a lot of this is just kind of managing all of the files that you have to have open, basically. Put it that way, it seems less stressful. Yeah, it's you know, it's one of those things. You know, it's like after a while it kind of becomes so it's the difference between being a streamer who's playing a game for the very first time in their life. Like they've never played a game. They've never played games before. And being a streamer who's played games before, and this just happens to be their first stream. Right? Like there's still nervousness there, I guess. But you have skills to fall back on, right? It's not like you've never played a video game in your life before, right? You have. And so, because you have played video games in your life before, when you stream a brand new game that just got released, you can be somewhat confident that you can wrap your brain around what's going on, right? WASD to move is probably going to be a thing, you know. Left click to shoot is probably going to be a thing. right? Depending on the game, right? But if you were streaming and you've never ever played a game before in your life, and you just decided, oh, I'm going to download this brand new game that just came out and I'm going to play it, I could see there being a lot more stress there, because you don't have any preconceived, you don't have any like knowledge to bring you into it, so everything is new, you know. And that's an interesting, I mean, that's kind of like what they did with like there's been YouTube videos where people are like, you know, my grandfather plays Elder Scrolls, you know. It's like, you know, they've never played any other games before in their life, and they're learning how to play, and they're like, why is it doing this and why is it doing that, you know? It's very cool to see the inside of things. Well, you know, that was my thing. I used to, as a kid, just like, I'm sure I drove my mom crazy, but I used to take things apart because I just wanted to see what they looked like on the inside. So, the old Zenith VCR, oh, it's not working right? I'll take it apart and take a look at it. Oh, you're getting a new VCR? Oh, I'll take the old one and I'll take it apart and I'll see how everything works with it. You know, I didn't have the tools to like really understand what was going on in there, but I just liked seeing the inside of things. Also, I watched a lot of, ironically, a lot of like This Old House and like New Yankee Workshop and stuff on like PBS, where, you know, they would go in and, you know, for This Old House would be, you know, gutting a house and rebuilding it, and for like the workshop ones, like creating furniture and stuff like that. And it's kind of a weird thing, because all those things are, you would think there'd be no overlap between those, you know, looking at the electronics inside something and those things, but everybody's just, at the end of the day, everybody's just creating something out of nothing. And it was just kind of a weird way my brain worked. It was just like, I liked seeing things appear out of otherwise ordinary things. And I like seeing otherwise ordinary things, like the complexity that was being hidden behind, you know, the sheen of of the plastic container, you know. You know, like even like NES cartridges and stuff like that, I would take those apart, take apart the NES itself. You know, getting them back together again was always a challenge. Always ended up with more screws than I started with. Which has carried over into my adult life when creating, when putting together computers and stuff. I always end up with, like, if I take my computer apart to clean it and put it back together again, there's a good chance I'll have screws that I did not have before. Where do they go? No idea. They went somewhere. Can't find where. So what do we have here? So where do I want to put this at? I guess up in this mess up here. So developer applications, text error, client name required. Client name is required. And I don't know if I've ever really explained why I have this file. because it doesn't, on its face, it doesn't necessarily make any sense. But basically, this messages properties file is what Java uses. Well, it's not necessarily Java. It's really the Spring framework and stuff that I'm using. But it's what it uses to what we call externalize strings. So all of the text of the site is going to end up in this file, and rather than me writing the text on the page, I'm referring to that text via a key. So this developer applications text error client name required is the key. It's also why I've made the key so long, because we can't have any overlaps. The key has to be unique throughout the file. And by doing that, I make it possible to internationalize the text. So for instance, now, since the code doesn't refer to actual wording, it refers to these keys, I can now stand up another file and I can call it messages en or messages es underscore us dot property, which would be Spanish US locale, right? And then in that file, you just take a copy of all the English things here, and you leave the keys the way they are. The developer applications text error client name required would stay the same, but all the text after the equal sign would then change to be Spanish. And then essentially someone would come through as a translator, would go through, translate all those values to the appropriate language. And now when someone selects their language on the screen, it'll swap between, you know, this file and the appropriate file with the appropriate locale, and they'll see everything in Spanish, hopefully correct Spanish. So that's one of the reasons why I have this file constantly open and I'm constantly writing stuff to it, is because in order for this to be internationalized, you kind of have to put all of your text strings that would be visible to the users in here, which could be a bit of a pain, because especially there's going to be some areas of the site where I'm going to have like a paragraph of text, and it's basically going to probably be like several of these keys pasted together to make that happen. But it's a necessary evil for, you know, being able to potentially have a website that is available in other languages and stuff. The trick there is getting a translation service to do it, because they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap at all. I was looking online at a few. There's a few that will actually read the properties files and do like an AI translation. But I mean, you know, you get what you pay for there. You know, an AI translation will only go so far. I think there was one crowd-sourced site where you could put your file up there, and then random users on the site could just be like, "Oh, I'll help out just for free." I think Glimish had something similar where they uploaded to a site that did a lot of the translations from English to other things. Unfortunately, that site doesn't read the properties file format that I use for Java, and a lot of them actually don't read it for some reason. It's very, very strange. So I had to kind of look around to see if I could find another one that has it, and I did find one at one point, and you know, we'll see. It's still early to worry about that, but it is something that I've had in my brain case to worry about. So So client name is one thing that's required, and then what else do we have on the page? The client name, the authentication method, and the grant type are drop downs, so they can't pick something that isn't correct. However, at the end of the day, it is a web form, so someone could go in and inspect and just write whatever they want in the form. So I still have to validate it on the other side. So, get the authentication method. Authentication methods. Okay, so I have the authentication methods in here, right? I have them as private. Well, I guess we're going to make them public. Because I now have a reason to dig into them. And then, okay, and they're both maps, which is good. The value is what's going to get... What's going to get put in there? I kind of feel like I probably should have reversed these maps and put the value as the key of the map. Which doesn't make... it would be a little bit confusing on the page itself, but it would make my life easier here when I'm doing the validations. Oh well. I just got a value. I gotta do it based on the value. I wonder if there's an easy way. I have a hash. Let me see if someone has come up with a better way of doing this. Java hash map. Find out. Oh, there's a contains value? Really? Didn't know that. Well, that makes it easy. I mean, I knew there was a contains key. I didn't know there was a contains value. That makes my life really easy then. Alright. Well, never mind then. So, all I have to do is say... client authentication method. So... if not... model the get client authentication methods. If not, that's not right. If not, okay. No, what is it? Developer dash dashboard controller client auth method contains value. Model the get authentication methods. Then reject value. Oh, did I not? I don't think I put a... I don't think I put an error catcher around them, did I? Yeah, where's it at?
Whoopsie.
Let's see. Thank you for that follow, Alfred. Did I put one around there? I don't. Authorization grant types. Oh, I did. Okay, error. And then methods error. Okay, all right, that's good. I did do it. Because without that error section there, me rejecting the value wouldn't show anything on the page. Who's the new hacker? What you talking about? What's going on? Get a better, some better music maybe. What am I doing? So I am very slowly making a streaming service website, similar to Twitch and Kick and all those. Very early stages of it. Don't really have any plans for it. It's just kind of something I'm doing just for fun. And I see making it open source and hoping that if I get to a point where it's feasible, someone will come along and just make something of it. And right now I'm in the process of validating, like providing a way for people to, like other developers, to make apps for the site, like bots and stuff like that, and then be able to register those bots and all that fun stuff, with security and everything and all that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Very, very basic area, or basic beginnings of something. So yep, that's what I'm up to. So I guess we'll just do this. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Nations text error. Client auth. Method invalid. Do that, and then do this down here. What did I call on the screen here? Oh, client authentication method. So all right, and then that would be a very similar one for the, what's the next one on that? Authorization grant type. All right. So You see here. If not, helper, dashboard controller, off type, gains, whoops, gains value, model, get authorization, grant types. What did I call it on the page? Authentication methods, authorization, grant types. There we go. And basically copy this and change it. Grant type invalid. Okay. We have that. I'll think about it. Then the authorization redirect URL is required, but post log out one is not. So say if string utils is blank, redirect URIs. And this is on the page itself is what? Redirect URIs. Wired. Okay. I have that. That is saved, and then we just need at least one scope. Select. Right. Otherwise there's no point. So and then that is coming into here, right? Selected scopes is a list of strings. Okay, I just have to make sure that's not blank or not empty. So if model dot get scopes. There are too many error references in there. I didn't do what I promised. Hey, error code, welcome. There's errors everywhere. Errors everywhere. Error codes everywhere. Get selected. Go. Is empty. Is no more. Is empty. Better check both here. Things are going well. Things are going well. How are you doing? How are you doing today? I'm just kind of chilling, doing my usual, like, just chatting / coding stuff that I do, on Friday nights and then again tomorrow afternoon. Kind of my excuse to just kind of chill and chat a little bit, and also still get something, like make something happen. Get something, do something, instead of just kind of trying to find topics and stuff to talk about. My hat is off to anyone who could do like a just chatting stream, because I am not good at just coming up with random topics to talk about and all that stuff. What am I making happen? So I am in the process, very early process here, of making a streaming site similar to Twitch and Kick and all those. Right now I am in like foundational hell, which is I'm laying all the foundational work, which is essentially authentication across the board. I've already got, like, you can create a user, you can register for the site and all that stuff. It's got 2-factor auth and things like that. But I'm also working now on allowing developers, third-party developers, to write, bots and stuff for the site. In order to do that, they would need to be able to register their application, and through OAuth and stuff, be able to have a secure connection to the site and do their all that stuff. So that's kind of the page I'm working on now. Like, the actual authentication seems to work. I was able to get it working. Now I'm just kind of putting a page to all that, like, be filled out, and then you select what permissions you need and all that. And then there's another page that goes to this, which is on the user side of things, where the user can see whether or not they can see all the applications they've authorized, and can remove their authorizations and stuff like that. Pretty standard stuff there. But my reasoning for doing this now, besides being the foundational stuff, is that I also want to, in lockstep with the site, I want to do, or at least get started on some of, like, the mobile app and even like a television app and stuff like that. Your brain hurts already. Yeah, it's a lot of buzzwords, but basically it's trying to secure the site, and then I want to be able to work on. I've never done anything with mobile before, mobile apps and stuff like that, so I want to bring those in. I want to work on that a little bit, just enough to get it started, and then I just sort of, I don't want to leave anything behind. I don't want anything left behind that I think is important for, like, an MVP kind of for a site kind of thing. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is all just kind of me sort of running at my own pace, and just, I don't have any deadlines or anything like this. I don't even have really any plans to actually run the site beyond just testing it and stuff. I'm just doing this as an open source project and kind of throwing it out there. And if it ever gets to a point where it's viable, then, you know, maybe someone else will come along and be like, we could make something with this. We could do this. Yeah. I can read a lot about this stuff. Goes in one ear and out the other. I just put it in too hard basket. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of like if I were making a video game, everybody thinks, oh, it'd be kind of cool to watch somebody make a video game. But then you sit there and you watch them kind of struggling to get like rain in their game, you know, struggling with the shaders to do rain, and they're just, you know, crunching all these numbers and doing all this math just to get realistic looking rain. And they spend, you know, hours and hours doing that. And then you realize, man, this is not that glamorous. You know, this is kind of one of those things, right? It's like I try to sexy it up as much as I can, but even I can't make raw code, you know, appealing. Yeah. A lot of work to get it. Yeah. I mean, this is week 42 for me, and I'm still very much in the basement, as it were, just building walls that the house will sit on, you know, building the foundational walls, kind of thing. And building up like the patterns I'm going to use and all that. And that's the funny thing too, is like once you get like all the patterns established and how you want to do certain things and how you want them to look, you end up picking up speed again, and things start kind of flushing out a little bit faster, and then you kind of slow down again when you hit something you haven't quite done yet, you know, and then you speed up again. It's very, very whiplashy, you know. You can understand more though why it takes so long to release some of these games today. Oh yeah. I mean, it's especially evident here when all you're seeing essentially a project that's only being done by one person, and then you think there are games out there that were written by one person, that were very successful games that were written by one person, and then you see how long it's taking me just to do like a simple freaking web form here, and all the validations and everything else that have to go on behind the scenes. And then you think about that guy, that one developer that made an entire game that was very successful, and you're like, holy crap, how did that happen? And then you start to realize how I feel about when I play an indie game and I see all this great indie games out there, and I'm like, it's hard to be negative on them, because you're like, holy crap, so much work and effort has gone into these things, and it was like a 2-man team, and it's like, you know, I mean, yeah, there might be some mechanical things that aren't quite right, but you feel bad pointing them out, because you're like, oh my god, just look at what they've created. You watched AC Pixel do some of his coding for Pixel Chat and it blows your mind. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very interesting. Some of the simplest things just take so much effort. Because you're essentially, I mean, this is the thing I have to like stress to like college kids coming out of, you know, just coming into software development world, you know, is that all of your time is spent really just trying to get the computer to understand what you want, understand what the business wants, right? You're basically teaching the computer how to, you know, what sequence of light switches are on and off in order to make, you know, whatever business logic has to happen, you know. And that was kind of the most revealing thing for me, was like going from industry to industry, you know, starting out in insurance, going to e-commerce and all that stuff, and finding out that, like, no matter what industry it is that you're doing development in, like, everybody has the same problems. It's just everybody has a different set of restrictions on them as to how the problem needs to be solved. So you end up solving the same problem 3 or 4 different ways, just based on either restrictions that have been placed on you, or based on, you know, the fact that technology continues to improve as time goes on. You know, there are libraries every day that are getting introduced that are making something that was really difficult before a lot less painful. And on the other side of the fence, things that were less painful in an earlier version of the library, more painful now, because someone's decided that they wanted to, you know, change patterns and all that stuff. Yeah, it's but I mean, this is my part of my this is my day job taken to a hobby level, I guess. Right? Like, I enjoy writing code, I enjoy making stuff. I also enjoy not having deadlines, which is nice. So it's kind of like one of those where I get to indulge in the more hobby side of it and not have to worry about the business side of it so much. Looking for some time to get a D&D D20 animated dice roller. Yeah, and there's some out there, but subpar stuff. Yeah, it's trying to get the animations and stuff for that is interesting. I even put like so I'm using Caster Labs for the bots, but I have a oh, what is going on here? Am I not even connected to... I bet I'm not connected to YouTube on the bot, am I? That's weird. Oh, I'm not. Fun times. Let me get that fixed. Wonder why that just kind of has to be constantly redone. It's weird. Just happened to notice it. Anyway. But as I was saying, I have, like, on the bot here, I did a dice rolling thing, so I can do the 20 and they'll give me a result back, and I can do like the 100 and give me a result. So got some of that going just for funsies. But yeah, I mean, you got that part of it, and then you've got the, like, showing the animation and everything else going on. And really, honestly, the one that I slapped together is not a particularly good one, because it's I think if I'm not mistaken, and here's the kind of thought that goes into it sometimes. The dice rolls in, like, Baldur's Gate 3, like, they have 2 different dice rolling algorithms. They got, like, the more standard one, and then they've got a they called it something. It was like a not loaded dice, but like karmic dice. They called it that was a completely different dice rolling algorithm, just to kind of even out the amount of successes and failures you get. So you're not constantly getting failure because of just bad rolls, which I thought was pretty interesting. You can see the amount of attention and thought just for something like that kind of bog standard, and still have to put that kind of thought into it, you know? Yeah, it's full on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's not even getting into like casino apps and stuff like that. Like there you have to make sure that your random number, your source of randomness, your random number generator generates winning combinations a certain percentage of the time in order to be consistent with like state laws and stuff. So it gets even more complicated when you do that. That was one of the various things that I was always fascinated with when I was going through school and stuff. Like random number generators, some AI stuff, mostly with like AI algorithms and things like that. But I couldn't really. The AI stuff was just beyond me. Like I took a course on it, but it was like the professor was going into like I could understand the concepts, but the actual application of the stuff was really, really difficult. Like you have like the concept of a neural net where you've got a bunch of neurons all firing off and changing the results. You can kind of figure that out on paper. But trying to actually write code that does that and produces a ever more exacting result is just escapes my brain. I struggled even with what is quote unquote the simpler analog to that, which is genetic algorithm. And the idea behind that is that you have algorithms compete with each other. Whichever one best fits the, perfect solution criteria, those get to survive and combined, you combine half and half like you would DNA, and then they generate children. They're allowed to essentially procreate those algorithms and then generate children. And then as the generations march on, thousands upon thousands of generations, you suddenly have something that can, play chess at a grandmaster level or run through Super Mario Brothers, and get the, not only get the, optimize either for like the highest score or the fastest time or, no hit runs and stuff like that. And it's just algorithms running and competing, and then the strongest survive. The ones that are closest to the output, the outcome that you want, are the ones that survive, and then eventually you get there after thousands and thousands of generations. It's wild stuff, but it's like trying to actually write it at the ground level. That's the part that I always struggled with. Okay, so I did that one. And so they have to have at least one of these now, right? Oh, I wanted to see, what did I guess I call it selected scopes, I think. So, injected value. And let's see what we got here. Grab this. Place that in there. And scope. That in here. Okay, so that is the validator. So over here, let's say if, or well, bring it in first. So private hex registered validator. I'll wire that one up. And then I guess put this in a try catch. Validator. Validate. If binding result that has errors, what did I do with the other one? I just logged it and then stuffed the binding errors back into the model. Okay. Logger here, validation errors. Go to the register application. Binding errors back in the model. Model name is what did I call? Wait. Thing. I think registered client model. And then the model object in the spring model. So, and then the binding result. Yep. and send us back to new application. Catch any exceptions here. And then I guess I would send them back to the main. Yeah, redirect them back to URL, which here is creation. Yeah, okay. You made the Starborn last night. You're rerunning a campaign to see what has changed. Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah, I'm hesitating to go to Starborn. I finished the Rangers quest line. I've been doing a couple side things like the Gal Bank stuff, which has been kind of interesting. And I did a couple of the Constellation like side missions, like to try to go explore and look at things. I still have, I think, 2 temples left I need to find. And I have to figure out how to get to those. And then I still have a whole bunch of like main quests to go, I think. So I've been sort of progressing a little bit, because I've been also doing some stuff on Neon. Like there's like a little side thing on Neon that I'm trying to figure out how to use it to my advantage. Like I found out some information about the head honcho on Neon, and I'm trying to figure out how I can utilize that. So I have that, and then I also I'm kind of holding off a little bit because I want to get my pilot skills up to the maximum, so I can do class C ships. I figure that'll be probably really useful once you move to the Starborn thing, just to be able to just jump into anything and run. Because there's a ship on Luna that I still can't fly, and so I want to get, and it's a rather nice ship. I still want to get I want to get to the point where I can fly that ship, so that when I go Starborn, I have a place to go where I can get it like a ship that looks pretty decent. C-class ships or something. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the Ranger quest line, they actually give you a ship, and it's not bad. The ship that they give you is actually pretty decent. Very spacious, which is quite nice. A lot of cargo room too. The only problem I have with it is I have to go and swap the weapons around, because I think for it looked like to me like the missiles were on right click instead of the EMP on right click, and I'd rather have the missiles on G. So I have to kind of, but I think I can go in the menu and swap those around, or go into the ship menu and swap those around. But that makes a little bit more sense to me. But yeah, that ship's pretty darn decent. It's got a really good reactor and stuff on it and everything. Yeah, and then what I'm thinking of doing is like just doing like one. What I was actually thinking of doing, and this is my insanity kicking in. I was thinking of, once I go Starborn, I was going to do just one faction mission per new game that I run through. But now I'm thinking I want to do. I want every progressive new game, I want to do an additional faction on top of the factions I've already done, unless there's a mutually exclusive one in there. So, like the next new game run, I want to do the Rangers again all the way through, but then do, say, UC all the way through. And then new game +2, do Rangers and UC, and then do like Ryujin, like all the way through. Although I don't know. I think you could do the Crimson Pirates too, but I don't know if if they let you do the Crimson Pirates if you've done the other things. So we'll have to see on that one. That's kind of my thoughts on that. So essentially, I would eventually get to a point where I'm basically doing something akin to 100% run, but it's like new game +4 or 5 or whatever. Oh, you just signed up to all of them? Okay, well there you go. I mean, that's normally what I would do. I would normally do something like that, where I would just like sign up to all the different ones. Like I did that in Oblivion. I was like, oh yeah, Dark Brotherhood, yeah, sign me up. Thieves Guild, yep, sign me up. You know, I did all of them. I did them all kind of simultaneously. Like I would move along the tree on all of them. The only reason I'm doing it different here is because I know that there's more stuff beyond the new game plus, and so that's why I'm kind of extending it out a little bit. While not feeling like I'm playing differently, I guess, because I still like to do a mixture of main and side stuff, you know. At some point I'd like to have the outpost stuff. Like I saw a post on I think it was on Reddit, where somebody they had one outpost that was just a warehouse outpost. It was just the outpost that received all the resources from all their other outposts that was just coming into there, and they had their production facility set up there and everything. That would be pretty cool to have something like that. And it'd be even cooler, I think, to set it up on like a moon that's got like a very fast orbital period, right? So, because I don't know if it works on. I don't know if it works on the UTC time, or if it works on the orbital time, but one or the other, you can basically have a planet where you're producing a lot of stuff, and all you have to do is wait 24 hours, or say that, which ends up being only like maybe 10 hours of, you know, UTC time or something, depending on how fast the planet is orbiting the sun, and just amass tons and tons of XP as you're just constantly, you know, building stuff. I think that would be kind of interesting to try that out, see how it goes. I also want to try out a theory. I don't know if anyone has. I imagine someone has tried this and it hasn't succeeded, but I want to see if I can carry gear. If I can use the. For each planet, when you travel, the in-game time changes and matches the planet, so it's always evolving to suit your move. Yeah, yeah, it is. Because like when you wait and stuff like that, it'll tell you local time versus the universal coordinated time on things. I just don't know. I don't know the production facilities if they work on local time or if they work on universal coordinated time. That's the only thing. Because depending on that is where you'd want to like either get a planet that's orbiting very quickly or a planet that's orbiting very slowly, right? But I want to see if I can glitch the game to let me carry stuff from one loop to the next, or from carry stuff into the new game plus. And by that I mean and I verified this, there's a bugged out chest in Aquila City outside of the general store that you can access. And I'm wondering if I were to dump some stuff into there right before I, ascend to Starboard, is that a chest that, since it's glitched out, it's not going to get wiped on the next run? And can I go back to that chest and grab all the stuff that I dropped in it? I wonder. If you move away from a fast rotation planet, when you go back, it is past faster than a slower planet, and days would go past. Okay, that's basically what I was thinking. Was if you put your production facility on a moon that has a very quick orbital period, then when you come back, it's produced a ton more stuff than it would have if it were on an outer planet. Which also means I think you get XP for everything that gets produced on there, so you would theoretically get a ton more XP too in a lot shorter time. Yeah. I also really want to level up to a point where like everything is unlocked in the skill tree. Like everything is maxed out in the skill tree. I don't know if I'll ever make it to that point though, because the leveling slows down significantly once you get to 30. And I've heard that there's stuff that happens at level 50 and level 100 and all that stuff, but I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. That's right, yeah. Error message. Next error. Error. That is the correct error, right? System error. I always do that. Always do that. System versus server error. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. So we got that. Validate.
Look, you and me on the Charles River. I could die right now, Clem. Just happier.
What the hell song is this? Okay, so then if everything validates correctly, we need to write the record. So first of all, I have to translate the list of scopes to single scope. So and then is that, how did I do the scopes down here? Scope name lookup. What is the value? Scope name. I think I have to put scope underscore and then the name. I think is how it goes. So say I'll get, oops, that's not it. Client model. Get selected scopes. Stream. So it's we're gonna do a map, right? Map. I have to do a collect, right? No, mutable reduction. No, map. M dot no, that's correct, but it's not. Not correct. Correct. No, no. We see someone else who's done this. Java. Lambda and string to list of strings, then join them together. So you can do the collector's joining. Okay. Fine, but then how would I do? Lambda and strings is this. I'm looking for. Putting the things together. I know how to do that. I want to do send a prepend items to a stream. Not really what I wanted. the stream map. I need to string to all elements of JavaScript. Here we go. They're just doing it in nickel. Map. What the? Okay. There's gotta be something here. Pumpkin cat. That's cat eating dreams, though. I don't want a cat eating dreams. I guess technically the joining has a prefix and stuff. I can just use joining with the prefix. That'll work for all of them then. So do collect comma fix this scope. And then scope. Minimal reduction. This is a terminal operation. Okay, good. Okay, good. So that should bring me back a string with everything with the word scope in front of them, underscore, scope underscore, and then a comma separating them. Hopefully. I have that. And now it's a matter of sending this off the back end to be saved in a database. So I have register client Pojo. Oh, and well, it's not just that. I have to also generate some stuff here too. So I have to generate row map or register client. Okay. Authorization consent. That's not it. Here it is. Register client repository. OAuth2 client repository DAO. Oh, this has the save register client. But I don't want to go through the effort of generating a register client. I don't have to. Oh, don't I have a thing? Register client parameters mapper, right? If I've already got all these set. I've already got the Mojo. Why would I want to do that again? This is the annoying thing. So I have to have that saved there, even though I never really want to use that. Turn it off through client registry. It's a weird pattern that they have set up there. You call your internet provider because of a billing problem, just got another follower from it. It's funny. Let me see. I hate that I have like this is here and this exists, but there's no reason to actually ever use it. Which is what's just annoying about the whole thing, is that client owner registry insert. Yeah, I mean basically I'm just gonna have another insert method here and it just calls that one. Public plan insert register client Mojo. Bring user ID. Yeah, I guess I would need the ID there. And really, I can just take all of this. Out of there and put it in here. Well, no, that'll be fine. The transactional, yeah, transactional won't work for the second one here, but it'll work for the first one. The first override. do that. And here, just work on Mojo. Those there, like that. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it does that, unfortunately. Real pain in the butt. Go and fix that. There we go. It's back. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's and I don't notice it. See, the thing is, the light does go off on it when it freezes. I just never notice. So. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, all right. So that's the. I would call it with that. Any ID inside the client. I think it should be setting the client secret well. I think it should be doing that. I think I should be generating the client secret. What do we do for the client secret? I think it's just. What is this here? Used to worry about telling a streamer if there were tech problems. We found out they want to know so they can fix it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always want to know. It's like oh man, it's and having come from just doing like YouTube videos for the longest time, the worst was when you'd record, for 3 hours, and you bring it all into your editor. And you're ready to chop it up into pieces, and then you realize you were muted the entire time. That was the worst. I did that so many freaking times while I was doing Let's Plays and stuff. Yeah, so many times I've done that with Let's Plays. It was like, I lost 3 hours of recording, and basically either go back and reload the old game and try to do all the same things you did the first time, or you just say screw it and apologize and be like, you guys missed a whole lot of stuff, let me bring you up to speed. Oh, that was a thing that always sucked. Or even like the even worst thing was, and I've learned to go around this now. Like when I record, if I record streams and stuff like that, I record as an MKV file in OBS, and I did that because rather than just going straight to MP3s or MP4s, I did that because I had an issue one time where I was recording. I just got done recording, or I was in the middle of a recording session. I had maybe 2 hours in, and the power went out, and it basically destroyed the entire file. Like the file, the MP4 that was written was there on the disk, but you couldn't. It was useless. It was junk. you couldn't repair it or anything. So I learned that if I save that stuff as an MKV file, MKV files have a protection in place where if the file gets cut off before it's, before an actual ending, you can still grab all the data out of it up to the point where it cut out, right? You don't lose any data up to that point. So I've done that from that point forward, as I always save it to that, and then before I bring it over into my editor, I tell OBS to convert it from MKV over to MP4, and then I pull it over to my editor and do it that way. Because that's because I've had that happen where it's just like, the power goes out, there's a thunderstorm or whatever, the power just goes out randomly, and then you just lose your entire file. It's unrecoverable. So that's actually saved me once or twice before, having the MKV there. But at least I can have up to that point where it failed. Oof. It's an extra step, because then when you're done, you gotta go under, I think it's under like the tools menu in OBS, and you gotta say like, or actually I think it's under the file menu where you say like, convert the files from MKV back to MP4s, or render them out. But it doesn't take long once it does it. It's just an extra step. Build a token. And secret. I think I'm gonna just generate the client secret. Oh, my scopes don't have scope after them or before them. Damn. I didn't need that. I'll have to fix that right now. I just need this then. Fine. I do anything and get params here? Client ID issued at, client secret expires at. No, I assume it's been set. Alright, so. I just set them again then. Mojo. Client secret. I need to generate a client secret. Client secret expires at, I think the client secret never expired. I don't think it ever has to expire, so probably shouldn't. What am I doing here? So I need to generate something for that, and then that's a varchar 200. So Can I do a... I guess I gotta do a random string. Of, yeah, do a random string of 150 characters maybe. Do I have a... What utilities do I have? These are utils. Yeah, I thought I had a crypto util. So... Generate token. Install generate key. I think generate token is what I want. It just gives me generate secret keys for specified algorithm. Algorithm. Size new secure random. Yes, that's what I want. Just give me a random secret key of some size. Secret symmetric key. Purpose of this interface is a group for all secret key interface symmetric. Right. I just need the algorithm, which I'll just use whatever. What am I using for this guy? Gen instance. Oh, here we go. Doing that. Okay. Algorithm specific metric. Find a number of bits. What is the size? I guess would be 16. I want the token to be I ran this for his key generator. Generator for certain key size. The user provides source of randomness. You know, I want a full. Next byte. don't even know if I need to do that. I could just generate using secure random so many bytes here. With random bytes. That's really all I need, is just be completely random. And I guess just base 64 it. So let's do code base 64 URL safe string. We'll say client secret equals new, and we'll say, I guess, 150. Here, private static final client secret size is the and new secure random next bytes client secret, and then that in here. All right, that's all. Just generate that for them, and they'll just need to pass that along whenever they make a call for OAuth stuff. I think that's everything. We're generating a client ID. We're generating a regular ID they don't care about. Client ID they do care about. Client secret they care about. Those are two important things there. The rest gets inserted. And then we insert into the owner registry. So we know which user is the manager of this particular third-party client. All right, well, we're calling it the insert now. This is OAuth 2 client repository DAO. Here we do private OAuth 2 client repository DAO, and auto wire that. And we see DAO.insert. Yeah. Client model, because client model extends off the Pojo. So yeah, we can use that. And then user ID I have to grab. So we'll grab that. Hey, Tech. Lurking as you play Starfield. Yep. No problem. Been going all day, man. Making a lot of progress, it looked like. I was popping in from time to time and just seeing where you're at. I was lurking a little bit here and there. What do I have? I need a user ID. Right. String user ID. There we go. Turns a boolean. So if not, then add error message. Error. Error. Logger error. Unable to save new client application. And then otherwise, this message. This would be over applications text. Success. Client, new client registered. Application registered successfully. Boom. And this up there. That off. Oh. Application registered. I'll get. Whoops, not model. Client model. Get client name. And then this would be something. So for this one, I guess we return new application. And then in this particular case, Um, yeah, I guess for this, we just return to view applications. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. So return view applications. I'll actually have to be something else besides that, because I need to tell. Well, it might be that. Yeah, actually, it'll probably be that, because then on that page, I just have to add to that page. Because there's a list of applications that you have registered, but then I have to add their fields that are hidden that you can unhide that say your client ID and your client secrets, since those are needed to be transmitted over. Okay. So there's that. That's it. I can test out what we got, probably. There's no problems here. Let's at least see if we are if it's saving the database correctly. I'll have like cleanup and stuff to do, but at least make the baby step of having it save properly. And I guess I can test the validations too, make sure they're working. So over here we go. Huh. What's going on here? No such bean definition. No qualifying bean. Oh, I didn't. Actually, I don't even need to do that, do I? Did I wire that up this way? No, I did. Yeah, I just forgot to put a component on it. I didn't realize I wired it up that way. Components. There we go. Now it'll see it. It knows to register that bean when we start up. That, and do a clean build. Start. Alright. Right here. What, my problem? Now what's your problem? Be not of required type. Oh, right. Yes. I know what it's complaining about. I had this already before. Mr. Client Repository. you know, that works out. Yeah, I figured I was going to say there's an error. Hate it so much. Let's do text or go off to client repository DAO. Cast it to that. That's just a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Wait, what's the error now? If is not. Oh. There it is. You're impressed. Let's see. Project clean. There's that. In the work directory. Deploy it. Start the server. Have errors. We'll find out. Oh, it's happier. Applications, register new application. Alright, if I just hit this without doing anything, it should come back with validation errors. Oh. Oh, I put an additional validation on there, didn't I? Say, please fill out this field. Do I want to keep that the way it is? I guess I could keep it. She'll never see my validation, but I guess that's fine. Okay, so it spit me back here, which is correct. But didn't show the error. The error should be because I didn't select a scope here. So let me see, what did I say for the scope? What scopes? Yeah, I didn't actually put an error thing for this one, but I probably should. Form check. Fields, speech errors. Yeah, let's this here. Actually, that should be outside that block. The selected scope. Oops, error. Let's see what that looks like. I have a feeling it's gonna. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I want that form check on every one of those, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. Just outside of it, put a div. Grab that in there. Did that a little bit so I know everything's under the same thing here. I do that. And refresh this page. Let's go here and try this again. So test. Well, it is stopping me, but it's not. It's actually putting it on the page. Oh, it is here. The put on the page is not showing up because Bootstrap's being Bootstrap right now. Also, am I also wondering if I'm supposed to repeat the form check, or if that should be the outer thing. Where's Bootstrap? So checkboxes. List group checkboxes and radios. Checks and radios. Group. No. Input. Multiple inputs, multiple add-ons, add-ons. This group? Okay. This group item. Not really what I'm looking for either. What do I have here? I have them in a form check. What is the... where's my cursor at? Here it is. Validation. I wonder if I have to do require. Oh, live space froze again. Yeah, you know what's funny too? When I went to start my stream up, it said my stream was still going from yesterday. Like I clicked on it and it's like let a stream going, but it was blank screen, even though I had ended it. It hadn't quite ended. So it's still going for me. Oh, it's back. Okay. Yeah, I just saw your thing. There you go. I just noticed too on LiveSpace they actually show you similar creators underneath. Interesting. I just noticed that. I just noticed that. Anyway, what am I? So, how do I get this to or invalid check? For invalid fields, ensure the invalid feedback error message is associated with the relevant form field using ARIA described by. Oh, okay. This is probably why that wasn't working. Hey, Assassin, welcome. That's probably why that wasn't working because I didn't put these on there. I don't think. Yeah. So here, put aria described by, and then scopes error. I guess I could. What if the error class would actually work for it? We'll try it. We'll try and see what that looks like. Alright, so that should be automatically taking effect here. Okay, so it is showing them as red, but still not showing the error here. That's invalid feedback. I wonder how you can do that. So, what else does it say over here? You must agree to fix issue of border radius. Invalid feedback is also supported by these classes. Do the relevant form field using aria described by. Use validation. Form checks. Validation styles are available for following form controls. Form control. Form select form check. Label select example. They got the select. Then you got the div invalid feedback. They not have the. We'll have to select. I want form check. Here we go. Form check label. They've got the invalid feedback within the form check. I don't know if it lets me do multiples in there by the form check. I can try it real fast and see what it looks like. I have a feeling this doesn't work though. I think that's why I have it this way. Let's pull this out of here. And that out of there. Move this up here. Right, and then see what that looks like. Oh, that works. And it looks fine. Okay. Works for me. Less divs on the page. They're generated. Then I don't need this div then. Get rid of that. Bring this forward. Okay. Hey, Shin. How's it going? How was your stream in Wayfinder? Is it, I mean, I played about an hour or two of it, and I was like, meh, it's okay. But I wasn't quite... It wasn't quite kicking with me. What'd you think of it? Oh, okay. Thank you. I will activate and then deactivate and activate. There we go. That works better. Thank you for that. The game is better than expected, but the ham and cheese Renfair dialogue has got to go. Consistent capitalization, yeah. Yeah, I was skipping through a lot of dialogue. I was like, this is okay, sure. It's kind of like I was yelling at the first Descendant game last night, where it's like I'm in the middle of a battle and I'm fighting things, and there's NPCs talking to me. I'm like, shut up. I don't know what you're saying to me anyway. I'm not listening. I'm trying to fight for my life here. In the case of Wayfinder, it's the opposite. It's like you gotta sit there and listen to them talk about crap that you don't even like. Does anybody follow the story of that game? Like, what is even going on in that game? Yeah, exactly. That was the other thing I was noticing. It was like it had a bit of Starfield-itis, right? Where you're like you're talking to an NPC in Starfield and they're just like giving you their whole life story, and it's just like, I don't care. I just want to just give me the relevant information I care about right now. I don't need to know what you had for lunch today. And in there, it's just like, it just keeps going, because they don't have it voice acted either, so it's just like you have to keep clicking on the next thing, the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. It's like, where's the skip all this useless crap dialogue option? It is kind of funny that like it's like almost every single looter shooter feels like it needs to tell you a story. It's like, or you could just be a looter shooter. You just shut up and like give me the cliff notes. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine if Halo had dialogue trees? Like, just Master Chief he's got to talk to everybody. He's like, all right, well, you know, what are you up to? What are you doing? It's like, no, they're like, no, let's get to the action. We'll say what we need to say to move the action along, and then just keep on going. Unalive the 8-legged bastards. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I know they're just like making up so many words and stuff, and I'm like, you're not really. At one point, you're thinking to yourself, are they going to test me on these words? Like, they don't really expect me to remember all the, like, you know, Samuel begets, you know, Michelle begets Totem in said chapter of the Tabula Rasa. You know, it's like, what the like, there's no way I'm going to remember any of this crap. Just get me to the next mission so I can shoot the hell out of things. Just point me in the direction of the things that need to be made dead, and let me go. That's funny. That is pretty good. Fanfiction.net has better fantasy writers than dog. Hey, that's Act 2 Shin right there. Stop giving him writing cues. Everybody knows about Sir Jub Jub. He's the mystery figure on horseback that you meet up with in the next chapter. Oh, and he's a bad boy. He doesn't take crap from anybody. Because of course they don't. It's like you use words that don't sound like they're cast offs from Sesame Street. Or it's not even that. It's like you know, whereas Sesame Street had like the letter of the day, it's like they had like the word of the day that they're going to use. Like, we will find a way to use the word bequeath in this game, in this dialogue somewhere. Beseech and besooth, forthwith and thoroughfare, yonder fields of gray. Oh god, that was great. What was the narrator? I don't know if you saw the videos of the narrator for Baldur's Gate 3 that she put out. Some of the outtakes, and one of them was like, she was complaining about iambic pentameter. She's like, somebody studied Shakespeare, now it's everybody's problem. Ye olde dialogue was giving me ye olde migraines by the end of the session. I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because I was playing through it too, and I'm like, I just want to skip all this crap. It's just, I don't care. You haven't created characters that I actually give a damn about. You know, I just want to flash things in the face. I don't know. But everything's got to have a story now. Everything's got to have like a purpose for being. You know, we've got to build up these characters so we can, you know, we can sell cosmetic DLC for them. The microtransactions are sweeter when you know what the hell the character is. We can't just have a generic character. We have to have a personality with them. You know, it just can't, you know, there has to be an irony to you buying a Hello Kitty backpack for this character that's, you know, very hardcore and and metal, you know. Yeah, the artwork is pretty good. Like I said, the gameplay was all right. I wasn't necessarily. It didn't really grab me all that much. It felt a little. Then again, I think the character that I was playing, I think I picked the wrong character. I think you had a different character that you were using, and the one I was using is just like the melee was just slow and kind of like stuttery a little bit, and it just felt not great. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's like if you play Diablo, like everybody at some point when they're playing Diablo tries to make a character that murders super quick. You know, it's like wrecks the faces of everything around it as fast as possible and just try and get those kills as fast as possible. And it feels like you're in a game like that where you've got characters that are supposed to just murder things as fast as possible, and yet you pick the one character that can't do that. You know what I mean? Everything was just a slog, you know, as you're going through. Yeah, I should have picked I didn't pick the Oni Ninja. I should have done that. Because to me, a game like Wayfinder demands fast, fluid gameplay. Like it's I mean, that's the thing I feel like that made Warframe so, that gave it its longevity, was that it had that like fast, fluid gameplay. You know what I mean? When you can zoom around like a freaking coked up, monkey and just kind of just murder everything, in the room in record time and feel like a badass doing it, and to me, that is the appeal of those games. And when the game is suddenly like, no, we're going to be super methodical and slow, I'm like, I don't know if that's really the way you want to go, the direction you want to go. I'm sure people will like that, but I'm not one. Not one of them. I'd rather zoom through it quickly, Okay. So we got our checkboxes. We got our validation there. So this validation appears to be working. At least part of it, anyway. Part of it that I can test. And if I say I want basic read, and then I register, an error occurred while processing your request. Okay, so we've got, figured there would be some kind of issue. Trying to save because I never do saving properly the first time around. We're getting another one of these. Cannot be cast to through client repository DAO. Over dashboard controller 85. That's telling me I can't cast this now. Oh, I hate this so much. I hate how Spring security has forced me down a path that is absolutely idiotic. And that's what's driving me nuts right now. This up here. How do I overcome that? Wait, did I have the problem already with this class and I figured out how to get around it? Oh, that's why, yeah, I guessed it. So why is that giving me a problem about casting it now? When I did the same exact thing there. I guess because I'm in I am in a different module, right? But tell me I can't cast that. Why? All right, Outlaw. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it greatly. I'm probably going to be wrapping up in a few minutes here as well, because we can pick this up again in the morning. But what is this? Is in an unnamed module. Just absolute pain in took it here. You know what? This has got to be a resolve. So here's what's gonna happen. Because this has to happen. It's driving me insane here. I am going to divorce the DAO from the registered client repository. I'll make another class that implements registered client repository and just calls out to this DAO to do its stuff, because this is just so fracking stupid. Like, what a like I would like to chat with the developer that thought this was a good idea. The Spring Security developer who thought like, oh yeah, no, just implement this this client repository thing. And yeah, everything's got to be done as a registered client for some stupid reason. Like, why would everything be that way? Oh, it's just because you never thought it through. That's why they made everything go through this registered client nonsense, because they never thought it through. They never thought through, like, oh, you know, maybe the people using this API are going to want to just, oh, I don't know, map their own Pojo to that database table and just Do it that way. No. Instead, we got this freaking nonsense. Which just bugs the crap out of me. So that's I hate it, but that's what we're gonna have to do. This is just beyond annoying the way that this works. The DAO stays there. Where's your client repository? I guess, where would I put that? I guess we'll do backend security. I guess I'll just put it in here. We'll say new class registered client repository service. I got registered client repository there. Finish. Okay. And this will be. Well, that's not it. Why would you have that? Service. That's what I want. That's a service. And then this will take private. Go off to. What the hell is that? Off to client repository DAO. Okay. And then over here, get rid of this nonsense. Is fantastic. And get rid of this override then. Anything that doesn't make any freaking sense. That one. That one. And then we just do return to save. Or I guess it's void, so no return. Save. And return to find by ID. Find by client ID. Done. So then register client repository. Then everywhere I need go through client repository DAO. That would be here. The only point, so roll off to client repository DAO. Make that a lot nicer to look at. There we go. And then here. Oops. Boom. All right, good. That should then fix our freaking problem here. We gotta stop and restart the server though. File. And that start. And we'll go developer home here, applications, register new application, test, read, register, error. What is the error now? Oh, here we go. Okay. Null value in column, client ID issued at violates not null constraint. Okay. Client ID issued at. Yeah, I do have like issued at columns on it. So that's easy to deal with. Here, Mojo set client ID issued at. I guess would be instant that no, I guess I just do new date, right? Yeah, new date. And it's ID issued at, and then client secret. Do we have a Mojo that it expires at? I think that can be null. Let me check here. Or is that timestamp nullable? Yes. Okay. Issue that is not null. These are nullable. Oh, you know what? It's going to ding me on the client and token settings because they're not null. We gotta get rid of those columns sooner rather than later here. So where's my PD migrations? Gonna roll back what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go here. Configurations. DB rollback back count before. Rollback. Okay, it was all of those in there. Okay. So then we'll get rid of client settings and token settings. Save that. Yeah, okay, and then build just so it gets copied over to the correct folder. And then I should be able to run db migrate. And it did 4 of them. Is correct. Look at the database now. Query, describe. Good, okay. Got rid of those 2 additional columns that we don't use. Or, well, we use, but we don't need them to be settable. Alright, so I can close that out for a second. And do another clean build just for the sake of argument. Clean deployment. In the work directory. And start the server. Alright. Developer home. Is there applications, registering application. Test. Read. Register. Another error. Okay. What is the error now? User ID is of type UUID, but expression is of type character. Oh, right. That's expression. Yeah. But well, actually, no, I could do that. Wait, because we're taking the insert from. No, where's the insert we're doing? Oh, here it is. Yeah, insert sequel. Case columns. Wrap. Stream of columns. That I'll have to basically write out the entire I hate that has to be a thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to I can't use this, which works really well. I can't do it because I need to identify that as a UUID and client ID, right? Oh no, wait, no. These are listed as varchar. That's right, they did do them as varchars as their thing. So I should be able to do what I'm doing. What's happening here? What's going on here? Oh, no, there's a... Oh, it's complaining about the this insert. Okay. That's actually a lot better. It's not complaining about the main insert up here. It's complaining about the new table that I introduced. That's where the UUID is. User ID. So here I just have to do UUID. And registered client ID is just going to be a varchar. Just do that. Okay. And try this again. Okay. That's that it was written successfully. It's not showing up here yet, but that's fine. I haven't really wired that up yet. So if I do a select against that table, there we go. We have a record with the client secrets, client name test, organization code test, redirect URL, basic read scope. Okay. Now we are in business. Okay, so that's getting written out. So that's very, very good. That's getting written out. Now I just need to show the applications on the view applications page, which is fine. And then from there be able to show the client secrets and the client ID that they need. And then that page will be done, which that should be mostly just read only, so that shouldn't be too bad there. I mean, there'll be operations that we can do there, like delete. And I don't think there would be any reason for, well, I guess I could give them an edit button, but I think I'd rather they just delete rather than being able to edit it. The only thing that would make sense to, well, I guess, no. No, they probably should be able to edit, because their application should be able to, they should be able to add more scopes to their application. That's fine, because the edit page will be basically the same as the new page. Although I might not let them edit their client name. Yeah, I think the client name will be uneditable. Put on the page but not be there. Oof, excuse me. All right. Well, I think that's going to have to do it for tonight, my friends. But we've made some progress. Progress is finally being made here. We're getting stuff written to the database for a change of pace. Let's shut down the server here. And I'll close this out. Back into it tomorrow. But as usual, that'll do it for tonight's coding session, but I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Maybe like 1:30, 2 o'clock Eastern, something like that. Maybe a little bit later. We'll see. And we'll be doing a longer session where we just pick it up where we left off here and continuing with all of the OAuth stuff here and trying to get this to work and everything. Get all the different various pieces running and ready to go. So we'll be doing that, and put out that it starts up correctly next time. Yeah, and then obviously just hanging out and chatting about things as well. So that is the story as I know it right now, my friends. And then as far as that'll be tomorrow, and then Sunday afternoon, I'm likely going to be streaming some more Starfield for a couple hours, and then more Starfield Monday night and Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night and Thursday night we'll be back with Dragon Quest XI, trying to get through that, and then next Friday we'll be back with some coding. So that gives you the whole breakdown of my usual schedule as we go here, friends. But I will say right now, thank you so much, everyone, for watching and hanging out and keeping me company and all those things. And this damn camera is frozen yet again. Get that thing there. Thank you. There we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, hanging out, keeping me company, and all of those things. Let's see if we can raid somebody over on Kick here. So Kajazi is doing, I'm gonna send you guys over to Kajazi because he is doing programming stuff, or at least programming adjacent stuff. I think it looks like he's in Unreal Editor, maybe, or something close to it. So I'm going to send you guys over there because we're on the programming topic. So I'd like to keep you at least somewhat in a somewhat relevant push there. So I'll send you over to Kajazi, and I will say thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you, and hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.